shout out to Fatt Bacc, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to John Singleton, man, one of the GOATs. You dig? Until I watched this, I really didn't know that Boys in the Hood was like a true story. I mean, I figured that it had some truth to it, bro. You smell me? But I didn't know like it was John Singleton's actual life and that, you know what I'm saying, Doughboy was a real person. You feel me? And like I said, bro, I wanted to be Doughboy. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be that gangster, man. Doughboy. Turn your punk ass over. YouTube fam bam, man. What is poppin', man? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to another video, right? Before we hop into this Warren Kelly documentary, you feel me? I just saw this one, right? And it kind of caught my attention, so I just wanted to bring it to you guys, man. You feel me? Y'all know how we do. But before we get into that, though, I got a little game that I want to give y'all right quick, right? And this is what I want to say, right? And if you ain't really digging the game, you can fast forward it or, you know, do what you do. But a lot of y'all, bro, and I would say a lot of us, but this ain't me. Not at all. But a lot of y'all give up too quick, bro. You feel me? Y'all give up too quick and y'all give up way too easy, bro. You dig? You say you want to be a chef, right? Or you say you want to have a food truck. Or you say you want to sell a place. You cook a lot of food. You promote. And you may sell 2 places in your neighborhood. Now you don't want to be no chef no more. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for me. You feel me? Or some of you may say, hey, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to react, bro. I want to see what that YouTube bag about. First of all, bag. Don't even think about that. See, you messing up when you start thinking about what a bag about. Don't get me wrong. Money is cool to motivate you, bro. But when you doing something completely just for money, it ain't gonna ever work out for you, bro. Because that's just not how it works. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do something for money, man, go sell your body or something. You know what I'm saying? You may make a couple dollars real fast. You feel me? But check this, though. Some of y'all say y'all want to be YouTubers, man. Y'all want to stream, bro. Y'all want to be the next Kai Cenat, the next DDG, the next King Don. You feel me? Drop one video. You may get 2 views. That's you and your old lady. You feel me? Stop doing it. You don't want to do it no more. You give up way too easy, bro. And what you got to understand about the race, bro. And some of you may think it's a race to see who can make $1 million quicker, or who can be more successful from your hometown, who can do this, who can do that, who's going to be more successful from your graduating class. That's not the race, bro. You feel me? The race is who can be more successful in life. You dig? Whatever you may measure success as, let's see who can be more successful in this race called life, bro. And the thing about this race called life, bro, the race is not given to the swift nor the fast, bro. But it's given to the ones who can endure, bro. You feel me? So stop quitting. Stop starting over. Stop taking breaks, man. You know what I'm saying? Stop taking breaks, my boy. You feel me? Breaks is for safety. You know what I'm saying? That's for safety. You feel me? And some of you may feel like, well, done, if I don't take breaks, I might crash. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. My nigga, I'd rather crash, nigga. I'd rather crash, bro. Not taking a break than to take breaks and wonder what if I would have just kept going. What if I would have never stopped? You smell me? Hey, man. You can win in this game of life, man. You can finish the whole race. You know what I'm saying? This life race. You can finish it first, bro. But you got to tap in. You got to lock in. You got to want this shit for you. You got to want this for yourself, bro. Nobody else can want it as bad as you, bro. Y'all can say, boy, you ain't really funny. Boy, you talk too much. Boy, you this. Boy, you that. It's up to me, bro, to understand myself, bro. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. But hey, though, man, let's hop into this content, man. So we back with my dog, Warren Kelly, bro. And he made a documentary about this 107 Hoover Crip. His name was Fatt Rat, man. And the thing about Fatt Rat is the real Doughboy from BOYZ in the Hood. Now, if you ain't never seen BOYZ in the Hood, I don't know how old y'all live, bro. It's a classic. It's a classic. You know what I'm saying? You need to go see it, man. It's a very dope story. And John Singleton was the writer, the director, you know what I'm saying, the creator. That's his film. That's his baby. You dig? And Warren Kelly tapped into the whole Doughboy movie, and he basically brought light to me that DOUGHBOY was a real character, bro, and John Singleton actually wrote a movie about his real life. So we're gonna tap into that, folk. You did. Hopefully y'all enjoy the videos, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saw we hit that 2K. You know what I'm saying? I sure appreciate that. But I need that 2100, bro. And I need that today. I ain't got no time to waste. You smell me. But hey, let's hop into this, though.
This episode, I will detail the real story of Boys in the Hood character, DOUGHBOY. 1 out of every 21 black American males will be murdered in their lifetime. Most will die at the hands of another black male.
That's crazy.
These facts are flashed on the screen at the start of the Boys in the Hood movie. The movie Boys in the Hood was one of the first visual looks describing the aspect of the hood in a coming-of-age story based upon multiple young boys growing up in the inner city of South Central Los Angeles. John Singleton initially developed the film as a requirement for his application to film school in 1986 at USC. John had to come up with multiple ideas for films, and one of the...
Now think about that. I just got through telling y'all some of y'all give up too quick. And Boys in the Hood was basically supposed to be a film for John Singleton to get in school. And it was one of the biggest films that he ever produced, bro. That's crazy.
It's called Summer of 1984, which describes several incidents in John's life. You in the film program?
I got in the film program, and I was one of like 14.
Rest in peace, John Singleton, man. One of the GOATs, man.
And since my success, they've admitted more than that. But I mean, when I was there, I mean, dudes used to look at me and be like, oh, well, you should just give it up, because you're black and you'll never make it. And,
that's crazy.
We're going to make movies and you're going to make movies. And it's just like,
that's
after
crazy.
a while, I was like, I was trying to be cool with people, but I was like, you know what, kill this, So I just stepped to everybody after that, and I was like, listen, I'm going to make movies. You are not going to make movies. You have nothing to talk about. I have life. I have a life. What are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about growing up in Encino?
John later sold the script to Columbia Pictures upon his film school graduation in 1990. During writing, he drew inspiration from his own life and from the lives of people he knew. He also insisted that he direct the project because he felt like he was the only one who could capture South Central in the right way. The film began production in 1990. With Columbia Pictures behind it, Boys in the Hood emerged as the first all-black movie about the urban life of LA to be backed by a major studio. More important, it was one of the first times a young African-American filmmaker has dealt with issues describing his generation, from family issues, gang turf wars, and also crack addiction. The film Boys in the Hood would go on to star veteran actors like Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett, but many up-and-coming young actors like Morris Chestnut, Cuba Gooding Jr., Nia Long, and also rapper Ice Cube would be in the movie. Ice Cube would go on to play the character DOUGHBOY.
John Singleton, he's a 22-year-old brother. This is his first movie. Just graduated out of USC. He does a movie about South Central Los Angeles. He's from South Central Los Angeles. So the story is very sincere, and it hits home. That's why I did it, and he worked with me a lot, So I haven't seen the final edit of the whole movie, but I've seen dailies, clips of, I think it's pretty good.
What's the character that you play?
Character named DOUGHBOY. He's a guy. He comes from a family with just his mother and his brother.
DOUGHBOY.
It's about a guy who.
Hey, who y'all want it to be though? You know what I'm saying? Hey, now this, hey, if you a youngster, y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. But I want to be DOUGHBOY. It's crazy, right? Because if you think about it, Ricky really was, even though, Ricky had a baby mama in high school and things of that nature, but Ricky was on track to basically get him out the hood. And I ain't going to tell the movie because some of y'all probably ain't never seen Boys in the Hood. That's crazy work if you haven't. But I want to be DOUGHBOY. You know what I'm saying? Who y'all wanted to be, folks?
Who went the wrong way. His brothers play sports. And he's been an adolescent. He's been a juvenile delinquent. And it's all about his life now compared to his brother's life.
It's not a documentary, but it's so close to one. The Temptations in a place like Compton is much more than the Temptations in Iowa for a kid. It's this close from a documentary.
Boys in the Hood will go on to
leave a
major cultural impact in the urban community, being one of the first films describing the inner city life, and it will be a big box office success, grossing $57 million and only with a budget of $5 million. and even getting John Singleton.
Grossing 57 million and they only gave him 5 of them things, man. Crazy work, bro. So Boys in the Hood profited 52 of them M's. That crazy, bro. Especially back then, bro. Back in the early 90s, folk. 100,000 was like a M. Hey, I never knew that, folk.
Numerous nominations and awards.
It's a new movie that really cuts to the heart of an
Big O, what's happening, Opps?
Boys in the Hood.
Hey, man, this documentary might be so motivational, man. I hope y'all tap into this one, bro, for real. But you know they told Oprah she only had a face for the radio. Think about that.
It is an important movie. This movie was written and directed by a young black man who is only 23 years old.
I did the film actually to show how the difference between what a responsible, open-minded black man would do in raising his son. And so I could contrast that to the way, his son's two friends would be raised just by their mother. Mm-hmm. And what we're showing in this film, there's a mother in the film who raises her two sons, and one she overly loves, and he becomes irresponsible and a teenage father. And the other one she doesn't love enough, and he becomes a gangster. Mm-hmm. And that's DOUGHBOY, that's Cube's character.
Is the story that you told in Boys in the Hood your own story?
Well, the story of Boys in the Hood is just a catalyst for me when I went to live with my father.
But what many people don't know is the movie Boys in the Hood is the actual life of John Singleton. Most characters in the movie are true characters in real life. John and even the character Trey are the same person. And Trey's father and mother in the movie are based upon John's actual parents. Growing up, John initially lived with his mother, where she lived in Inglewood, in the Inglewood family Gangsta Bloods territory. At just 11 years old, John went to live with his father. And most things in the film are true, like the guy breaking into their home, and his father shooting at the guy, and also the black policeman even saying, "You should have got him," among several
That's crazy.
in the film. And also the character of DOUGHBOY was the actual best friend of John Singleton. The real DOUGHBOY's name was Michael Winters, and he went by the name Fatt Bacc. Once John moved with his father at the age of 11 years old in 1970.
Fatt Bacc. What I called him? I think I might have called him Fat Rat. My bad, bro. My bad, man. Long live Fatt Bacc, though, man. 107 Hoover Crip Fatt Bacc, man. Shout out to him.
He moved on to 101st in Vermont, which was in the 107 Hoover Crips territory. This was the same area that Fatt Bacc and several other kids who became John's friends lived on and became from. John and Fatt Bacc became friends in the 6th grade. They went through everything together, from fights, learning how to skateboard, riding the bus, and starting to take interest in girls, and just overall surviving South Central. John would say that Fatt Bacc was a talkative kid growing up. He always spoke his mind and never gave a fuck, like the character DOUGHBOY. At the age of 12, Michael gave himself the name Fatt Bacc, and he was already repping 107 Hoover. The 107 Hoovers were founded in the 70s as one of the gangs in the Hoover Alliance, which currently includes gangs like the 5 Deuce, 5-9, 7-4, 8-Trey, 9 Deuce, 9-4, and 11 Deuce Hoovers.
It's a lot of Hoovers,
the Hoovers are one of the most
shout out to the Hoovers
gangs of Los Angeles, so growing up in this area is definitely tough. John stated in an interview he grew up in his early teens around mainly 3 friends, one being Jimmy, another friend named Michael, and Fatt Bacc. As they got older, John's friends got deeper into the streets, just like the movie reflected, but he locked into school and his studies. The summer of 1984, with Alden being 16, is what marked the overall change of everyone. The streets of Los Angeles were full of blood and Crip gangs, gang violence, racism, and drugs. Fatt Bacc by this time was a full active gang member for the 107 Hoovers, smoking weed, drinking, selling drugs, getting into fights.
Fatt Bacc was out there living that life. Fatt Bacc was out there cutting up, man. Living that life, bro.
On top of violence and situations in his community, and others was the norm. Fatt Bacc would later state in a 1991 interview, "It's a part of growing up around here. Hanging around with the in crowd on gangs turf, violence comes with the territory." As the years grew, John locked into school and later went to college and also started a film career. And Fatt Bacc locked into the streets. Fatt Bacc considered moving out the hood, but he felt anchored there. He said in a 1991 interview, "It's my block, it's my street, and my name's written out there in the cement."
That's crazy.
The gangs are still here, but when you get older, you get out of that stuff. You start thinking about ways to make money and doing something else with your life. Even though both John and Fatt Bacc took different paths in life, they remained close friends. You can often see both men together all the time.
That's what's
John
up.
even had Fatt
That
Bacc at
what's
several
up.
movie premieres and also several events he held.
Y'all might not know me, but probably know my character. Ice Cube portrayed my role, my character.
Oh, what's up, man? Real homies for sure.
Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm a childhood friend of John Singleton. I mean, I couldn't even ride a skateboard. I used to put my knees on the skateboard and push it. We couldn't even cross the street. John couldn't cross the street. My god brother Kevin Orange, he the one who introduced us. He's like, Mike, you want to play with him? That's Danny's son. He walked me and my skateboard across the street and held my hand. And we played together, and we became best friends. I mean,
Hey, if Fatt Bacc was in church, they'll be like, you know, like he was kind of stuttering. They'll be like, take your time. In a black church, take your time. Straight up. Hey, that's dope, though, bro. That's dope.
Ever since then. I mean, growing up with John, growing up in the hood is an adventure. So I'm gonna tell you now, boys in the hood, it's real.
That what's up.
In 2017,
Oh, what's up, fam?
Fatt Bacc would even take part in John Singleton's documentary, LA's Burning. But Fatt Bacc would unfortunately die to cancer in 2018, leaving a major impact in his community and his life being one of the most memorable characters in movie history.
Dang, so Fatt Bacc died of cancer, bro. It's crazy because he was a 107 Hoover, bro. And to be honest with you, like when you be gangbanging, especially gangbanging back then, it's kind of crazy now because it's not as crazy as it was. Because back in the day, it wasn't no street cameras. It wasn't really no camera phones. If anybody told or snitched, bro, you were dead. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, it's way different. You can tell snitch, go back to the hood, get you a little bread, be the man. You feel me? All these camera phones and things of that nature. So to survive gangbanging back then, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's an accomplishment, man. And I know he died from cancer, bro, but I mean, that's not a good thing either. But the fact that he didn't die to the streets, bro, that kind of says a lot about Fatt Bacc, to be honest. Straight up.
John Singleton would even go on to make a show called Snowfall and even made a character in the show named...
Oh, John, I didn't know John Singleton. Snowfall was his? Bro, I did not know that, bro. That's what's cracking.
Fatt Bacc, perhaps in the honor of the original Fatt Bacc.
That's what's up, bro.
The character in the show was known for being honorable, respected, and loyal.
That's what's
with
up,
the original
dog.
Fatt Bacc being said to have the same qualities. Unfortunately, a year after Fatt Bacc's death in 2018, John Singleton died from a stroke in 2019.
John Singleton has died. He was the first
Rest in
black
peace, John
filmmaker
Singleton,
ever
man.
nominated for a Best Director Oscar for his groundbreaking 1991 classic BOYZ in the Hood. He is also the youngest director ever nominated.
That's what's
Singleton
up, bro.
went on to explore themes of race and class in films like Poetic Justice, Shaft, and Baby Boy. He was recently acclaimed for his work on American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson.
What? I
John
didn't know he
Singleton
had
suffered a
something to do with
stroke
that,
last
too.
week. He never recovered. He was...
John Singleton's childhood contributed to a major genre of movies and inspiration to many. And his childhood friends' circumstances show how the outcomes in the inner city can lead kids down the wrong path.
I'm gonna tell. I want that poster right there. I gotta tell Quan. I need that. I want to hang that poster in the new reaction room, bro. I want to hang Jeezy first album in there, and I want Boys in the Hood. You know what I'm saying, bro? That'll be crazy. But yeah, I want that poster right there.
Both men from the same area had two different paths in life. Both made it out the streets and lived beyond the hood. R.I.P. to both.
Facts.
This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget.
Y'all make sure y'all sub my dog Warren Cali, man, dope channel. Especially if you into the whole LA politics, California politics. Like I say every time, you know what I'm saying? I'm intrigued. You feel me? Because I ain't no real stepper. I ain't no real gang member. And I don't plan on being none of that. So I watch Warren Cali, bro. And when I watch something that I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you guys may want to see, then I react to it. You feel me? That's how we doing it. But hey, though, man. Shout out to Fatt Bacc, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to John Singleton, man. One of the GOATs. You dig? Until I watched this, I really didn't know that Boys in the Hood was like a true story. I mean, I figured that it had some truth to it, bro. You smell me? But I didn't know like it was John Singleton's actual life and that, you know what I'm saying, DOUGHBOY was a real person. You feel me? And like I said, bro, I wanted to be DOUGHBOY. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be that gangster, man. DOUGHBOY. Turn your punk ass over. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no cap for you did. But hey, though, man. Yeah, shout out to Warren Kelly once again, man. Yeah, that was a good one, bro. You feel me? But hey, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this one, though, man, in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to like that video. Don't forget to sub it up. After you sub it up, make sure y'all ring that bell. After y'all ring that bell, make sure y'all hit all, because I don't need y'all be missing these bangers for you. Feel me? This one here was very inspirational, bro. I dig this one, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all drop in the comment section what y'all learned from this. You feel what I'm saying? Let me know what inspired you, or if it didn't, then say done. Get back to the killing. We want to hear some killing. We want to hear some Hoovers killing or Hoovers getting killed. Get back to it. Let me know in the comment section. Mob life or no life, mob well no way, man. I know how we coming. OTM, we getting scratched the mud, man. See y'all on the next one. Let's get it. Gang. 2100 by the day, though. Y'all know what to do. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap, too. I say my trap doing numbers. I just bust another jewel. Got a player around the corner, hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer. Got a quarter pound on me, hey. The trap doing numbers.